All right, we are headed to pick up a large collection and a bunch of consoles. This is a guy that I've been buying from pretty regularly from lately. He picked up a really big collection recently and is now going to flip it to us. So we're going to go take a look, see what he's got. I don't know that he wants to be on camera. He said he's kind of private and may not want to be on camera. It's a 5-figure collection. And it's not just $10,000. It's a lot more than 10,000. So we're gonna go see what he has. I think he sent me a picture once, and I think he sent me a spreadsheet. So hopefully we can work out a good deal on this because there is a lot of stuff, and Q4 is here. Okay, so here is everything. Are you selling me everything?
No, everything on the left is something I bought yesterday, so that's not included.
Okay, so the total value is
$22,000 something.
$22,000. And how did you find it? Like, because they're going to want to know how you found a $22,000 collection that you're able to flip to me, which is even, I think, more impressive.
This was a Facebook marketplace on an ask. So they had something else posted and asked
on an ask.
Yeah.
That is
the power of the ask.
That is super impressive. Okay. And they just, what were they? Or maybe you don't want to tell them what you were selling, because some people have their tricks of how they find some of the Facebook market on the ask things. Yeah. I don't know if it was, but some people ask about, like, whenever they see media centers for sale, they'll say, hey, do you have video games?
That's top secret.
A lot of guitars.
Yeah, 6.
I see a lot of guitars.
7, sorry about the guitars.
Do you want to tell them what you paid?
I paid $7,300 or so.
For $22,000, so about 30%.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
33%, somewhere in that range.
And then there's a bunch of extras in here that weren't included in that value. So this PlayStation 4 here, that was not included in the $22,000.
But you got it as well.
Yeah.
Cool.
Just a casual Star Wars PS4 throw-in.
In the box.
Yeah.
The box is really cool.
Yeah.
And then did you put it all in a spreadsheet for me? And what was the value of apparently what I'm paying him? I don't actually know the number yet.
I don't either. Let me
We'll wait till the street sweeper goes by. That's how nice of an area he lives in. He gets a street sweeper. I don't even get a street sweeper.
Twice a day they come by.
Twice a day?
No, I'm just kidding.
Oh.
Imagine. That'd be crazy. My ask is $14,500.
$14,500. Okay. I do want to give you guys a little bit of a background, and he can talk a little bit about it. But so, I actually found Paul. That's his code name. I found him at a garage sale, and I was wearing like a Caterpie sweater, and he just like pointed at me and I was like, what does this guy want? And I was like, yes. And he was like, oh, do they have any video games? I started flipping video games, blah, blah, blah. And we talked for like a minute or two, and I was like, you know what? I should just give this guy my card and say, hey, if you ever find anything extra, let me know. To date, I don't know the exact number. I looked this up a while back. I've given him, I think, over 20 grand this year. More. He's saying more.
Yeah. Maybe 30 plus.
Yeah. $30,000 this year. And that doesn't even include this. So we're going to be getting closer to like 45 territory. So yeah, I mean, it's been great to work with him. He is a Wii console flipper. He does not sell me his Wiis. He won't sell me his Mario Karts or his Wii Sports.
I sell you some though. I get a lot more.
So how much do you sell a Wii console with, say, Wii Sports or Mario Kart on Facebook Market?
Easily 120 up to 150.
It's insane. That's like our Amazon price. And so he won't sell them to me, which is fair. But he is constantly finding more stuff. So like he said he found all of this yesterday. Roughly, there's a PS5. I didn't even see that till now. Roughly, what did you spend for all of that? Or is there a story on that?
No. This guy posted in a local group, said, I have all this stuff. Does anyone want it? So it was just out there, right? It wasn't hard to find. He wanted $350.
Okay, for all of that.
Yeah, there's a PS5.
I see an NES. I see PS1 games, PS5.
There's a Switch in there, which is inside actually charging.
I think he did okay.
Yeah.
This is what Paul does. He finds some dirty stuff.
Yep.
He finds some pretty dirty stuff sometimes, but he's down to hustle and make some good money. And you are a And you're not an accountant.
CPA.
CPA.
Yeah.
So he's a CPA. So he doesn't even need the money. He just likes the grind. But he could always use the money. Who
Sure.
can't? So yeah, we're going to go through. I'll get some clips of what it looks like. This is probably one of our largest video game collections we've purchased to date. Not the largest, but one of the largest. Okay, so he's got some of these games in suitcases. He ran out of boxes, so he put them in suitcases. A bunch of NES in here. But then we open up this suitcase, and there's some good stuff in here. We have Bonk's TurboGrafx, JJ and Jeff TurboGrafx, Dungeon Explorer. I don't know that any of these sports games are going to be crazy, but anything TurboGrafx is good. It is mixed in with random Xbox 360 games that I would say are basically shovelware. Putting this stuff next to each other, I think this is probably what, like $6 on price charting. He also has it next to the Atari games. So the good thing is he sent me the spreadsheet, so we should theoretically be able to figure out if these Atari games have any kind of value, instead of having to relook all of them up anyway. So, I mean, there's a lot of games here. This is literally the first suitcase. He said the next box we're gonna go through has some good stuff. He said to go through this box. I see Ben 10 on the top. We got a Mad Catz piece of junk, but I do see some GameCube here in the bottom. And we have Pokemon Coliseum, nice and beautiful. We got Paper Mario, Mario Kart Double Dash with the bonus disc, beautiful. Obviously it's been open, it's a little rough, but box Mario Kart, this is probably the game that I spend the most time playing on the Super Nintendo, so cool to see that.
Let's go racing! It's Super Mario Kart Funny Car Madness! Only on Super NES! Turn the track into a giant mud pit! Or burn rubber on ice, wood, or asphalt!
Some DS games. I don't immediately see anything crazy on the DS. Gold Kart, Zelda. It's in pretty good shape. Well, I see green. Yep. No label. I think you told me that it didn't have a label. Or no, I saw it in the spreadsheet. That's what it was. RIP. All right, you guys can weigh in the comments. If you get a game with no label, is it okay to buy a replacement label and disclose that it is a replacement label? I saw this discussion on Facebook. You all can comment below and let me know what you think. I think it's fine as long as you disclose that it is a replacement label and that it is an authentic game. And with us opening a store, it's good to have y'all's input on this. Is this in here? Doesn't feel like anything. Might just be loose games. Yeah, I'm not seeing much. Well, wait, hold on. Yeah. Mario, Luigi, Partners in Time. That's a pretty good one. I think that's the main thing in this box. I mean, we could probably dig deeper. This is the non-lenticular version, which is actually less common because I think lenticular one is the collector's edition, and that sold better or sold more than the non-lenticular version. We'll keep digging, but I mean, there's a lot of stuff to go through here. Found this box, this little interesting stuff. Oh, there's some PS1 games in here too. Brigandine Atlas title, that's gotta be good. Handhelds for days. They're worried I'm gonna drop them. Look at this. I'm a pro at this. Boop. What else? Color, definitely not wobbly at all. It's got a little condition issues. Some N64s in here. Some Game Gears. Oh, this is nice. TurboGrafx 16. There it is. I'm a pro at this. I knew I'd drop it eventually. It's okay. These things were meant to be dropped. Look, I mean, it already had scratches on it anyways. Beautiful. Doesn't matter if you drop these things. Oh, I should probably turn it off. Oh, there's a Dreamcast. The PSP in here. What is this thing? Oh, a U-Draw. I was not looking for that at all, but we're slowly getting the car somewhat filled. We're definitely gonna have to do 2 trips, but we're gonna try and get it as full as possible. Over here, there's nothing too crazy. What is this? This looks like a, yep, TurboGrafx as well. Ooh, poor thing. Got some, something hot put on it. That box has all PS1. I looked, I didn't see anything like too crazy on the top. You know, I always like to see the Twisted Metals, Driver 2, Flintstones. This is kind of cool. I don't know that we can open it. It's got a keyhole on the front, but I don't have a key. He said he's got more inside, so we're gonna have to go discuss that. All right, so now we're in his house. He has more stuff. When did you pick this up?
This is all over the last 2 weeks. So everything in this box here, these are all broken consoles.
Oh, I love broken consoles. We do buy them, but it's not ideal. What about the Black Ops?
That is also broken, unfortunately.
Oh.
So one of the downsides of buying consoles is that you buy them thinking that they work, and then you bring them home, and they don't.
I've done that many times.
And then all these games, I pulled out some of the notable ones on top.
Yep, Psychonauts. You don't see that very often.
So not a ton of value in those 2 or 3 boxes back there, but the Wii stuff has some value, the NES stuff does, and then the games I pulled out on top, including your favorite, Wii Sports.
I do love some Wii Sports. I will say I think I like Michael Jackson, the experience for Wii the most. We cannot get enough of that game.
Flies off the shelf.
It flies off the shelf, and he's not joking.
No, I'm not.
Okay, and then you got more stuff over here. Is this part of what you're wanting to sell?
Some of that. Some of it's mine, some of it is
Well, this is your stuff on the wall.
Yeah, so some of this, like the Wii's on top, I'll resell. Switch games, I'll resell myself. But you can have the PS1s if you want, the Genesis, the 2 NESs, the 2 SNESs or SNESs. About 10 of those consoles you can have. I keep the Switches, I keep the Wii's, I keep the handhelds.
And you said you're keeping the Oculus.
Yeah.
You ended up liking it too much.
Yeah.
He bought it to sell to me and then tested it to see if it worked. And he's like, I kind of like
It's
this
mine
thing.
now, yeah. It's great.
What are you playing, like Beat Saber, or what are you playing on it?
I mainly do YouTube.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, so like SpaceX had a rocket launch the other day, and you could watch it from...
That's cool. Do you have any value on any of this stuff yet? Or because
Yeah.
we're not going to be able to pick it up today. There's too much stuff. Also, you can see his doggy. Oh, I scared the doggy. Luna's very shy right now.
So the value of the games on your right is $1,600.
Okay.
You know, we can talk about broken consoles and those too, but...
Okay. 1,600 is your value.
No. eBay.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
So, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, so we'll probably work out a deal on that. But this dude is always hustling. He's only been doing this at this point, what, 8 months? 7 months?
Yeah, since March.
He's killing it. He is absolutely killing it. He primarily sells to me, except for his Wii's, and I think you flip Switches too.
Yeah.
Right. You do pretty well with the Switches.
Yeah.
So cool. Well, we'll figure out a price, and we'll get more of this stuff loaded in the car, and I'll let you guys know if I find anything else cool. I'm back home, and I figured I will show you all a quick update of what we're actually looking at. And I did start NES stuff. Some of you all may care about that. And there's some stuff in there, so I'll show you that. So all of this on the ground is part of this purchase. You can see there's a lot of boxes. A lot of these Lowe's boxes, they're full of games. Got some bins there, all of this. All of this is part of this purchase. You can see there's some more games up here. Lots of consoles. He did sell us some broken consoles at the end. We are taking broken consoles, but they still need to be in good cosmetic condition. So remember that if you do want to sell to us. So this stuff on the ground is also part of this purchase. This is actually in there. We don't get that very often. A few of these consoles are CIB, and then we do have some handhelds, some PS3, PS1. So this is what our organized section look like. You can see ice hockey, kung fu, some of these games that we have, 5, 6, 7 copies of. But up here, nicely and organized, as you can see, we have a lot of really good titles. So we have Zelda, Mega Man 4, Mickey Mouse, Metroid, 2 copies of Rescue Rangers, Link, Mega Man 3, Back to the Future, Little Nemo, Dream Master, Castlevania, bunch of good titles. And I'll go to the other side just because I didn't put them up there very nicely. But I see another Mega Man up there, a Ghostbusters Castle Quest, DuckTales, a bunch of Castlevanias. So you can see we got a lot of good titles. This will be really good. Q4's here, so we're trying to send in as much as possible. Our shelves were already full. We have plenty of inventory, so now it's just a matter of we need to actually process all of this. It's been a couple of days, so I figure I'll show you all how this collection is going. It is a lot of stuff. There's a lot of good and there's a lot of mid-tier, and then there's also just a lot of junk, which is just part of buying a collection. I went through this box the other day. It was mostly filled with GameCube, N64, Super Nintendo, and I pulled most of that stuff out. That's stuff that's going to do a lot better for us than I don't know what else is in there. Some of the OG Xbox games, or down here, some of these games. These are just like low dollar games. Some of them are still good. I probably should have taken these PS4 games down, but you know, sneakers, I'm pretty sure that's kind of like a failed game, original Xbox game. But just like Dance Centrals or Biggest Loser, just games that are gonna sell slower or for a lot lower dollar amount. Here's a really good example. Right here we have Guitar Hero, Rock Band, a lot more Guitar Heroes, Grand Theft Autos, games that are not necessarily worth a lot, but we will eventually sell. Some of these other bins, or these boxes, I just haven't gone through. Like down here, looks like it's mostly Sega Genesis. That stuff just doesn't sell fast for us. We've already listed most of the TurboGrafx stuff on eBay. So if you are wanting some TurboGrafx stuff, I would definitely go check out our eBay. Honestly, the rest of this is just us going through games. I don't think you all are gonna wanna watch us dig through, I don't know, 1,000 PS2 games, most of which are not going to have high dollar. When I looked at the spreadsheet, there wasn't Silent Hills, there wasn't Manhunts, there weren't, you know, the games that are cool and exciting. It's a lot of sports games, a lot of just games that we would normally buy. So that's pretty much going to do it for this collection. Really cool. Shout out to codename Paul for the sale. I appreciate you, and that's going to do it. I'm out.